Hey Canucks fans, Jonathan Lekkerimaki, our first round pick from the 2022 entry draft, has signed a 2-year contract to play in the SHL. It's a team called Orebro, and it's actually the team that Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, of course not Elias Pettersson, our current center, but Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, also chosen in last year's draft. It's actually the team that he plays on. So it's kind of cool that our two highest draft picks from the 2022 NHL entry draft will be playing on the same team in the SHL. Now, you got to remember how young Lekkerimäki is. He's not even 19 years old yet. He's born in July of 2004. So he's turning 19 this summer. And I think Pettersson, the defenseman, is 1 year older than him, I think, or at least he's already turned 19. Regardless, they are going to be teammates. And this is a good move for Lekkerimäki. I think it's because of his age. He's probably too young and not developed enough physically to come over and play in Abbotsford. I think it'll be exciting to see him in Abbotsford because then you can see how he plays with some of our prospects here close to home. But there is no rush with him. He was drafted last year in the first round, right in the middle, 15th overall, the Canucks had, and they picked Lekkerimäki. And what we heard from him was really dynamic offensive player, not the biggest and not the best defensively and not the fastest skater. So I probably didn't sell him that well. There are a lot of good offensive, good hockey IQ, great hands, that kind of thing. So then he played in the Allsvenskan League, which is the second best league in Sweden. Had a really rough regular season. Had some injuries and everything, but then had a really good playoff. He had 15 points in 15 games. I think 5 goals, 10 assists so 15 points in 15 games before his team got eliminated. So then, according to Rick Dollywall, there were 4 teams in the Swedish Hockey League, the SHL, that were in on Lekkerimäki, and the Canucks, according to Dollywall, had a big say in where he was going to play because obviously he is their prospect, their property, so to speak, and because of his high draft pedigree, they wanted to make sure that he was getting the best coaching, the best resources that he could. So again, he's playing with Orebro, where his draft partner Elias Pettersson is. Also, a couple other connections. One of them is the head coach is Johan Hedberg, a former Canucks goaltender, also a friend of Patrick Allvin. And I think another coach or the GM maybe, or the owner of the team is also a friend of Patrick Allvin. So this is good news. This is, I don't think any of us should be saying, oh, he should be playing in the NHL already next season. No, he shouldn't be. Usually only the first, as a general rule, the top 1, 2, 3, maybe top 4 or 5 picks in any draft, they might make the league the next season, but that doesn't always happen. Look at Owen Power, for instance, recently. And then kind of everyone from there on in will take 1, 2, maybe even 3 years. That's why you hear draft plus 1, draft plus 2. When they say plus 1 or plus 2, they're talking about how many years after you got drafted. So Lekkerimäki played draft plus 1 in the Allsvenskan. He's going to play at least his draft plus 2 year in the Swedish Hockey League. Now, he did say, and he admitted that he needs to get bigger, he needs to get stronger. Probably you can add faster in there as well. But the cool thing about this 2-year contract is he can come to Vancouver, whether it's Abbotsford or Vancouver, anytime he can basically join the Canucks organization anytime in that 2-year span. So my guess, if I had to guess right now, is he's going to play the entire season in Sweden, and then the Canucks bring him over here at the very end of the season if their team gets eliminated before the Canucks, or at least for the start of the 2024-2025 season. So my guess, 1 more year in Sweden for Lekkerimäki, and then he'll join the Canucks proper for the start of next season, 2024-2025. So I'm excited. I want to see good things from this guy. And at the same time, we don't put too much pressure. We don't put too many high expectations on him just yet. After all, he's only 18 years old. Let's quickly talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs that are the next round, the conference finals that are starting on Thursday. Now, my predictions this year have sucked. I went 4 for 8 in the first round. I think I got 3 right in the West and 1 right in the East. Then I only went 1 for 4 in the second round. You guys, that's really bad. I'm 5. What am I? Yeah, I'm 5 and 8 now. That is, yeah. If you want to, Yeah, first round I was 4 for 4 or 4 of 8, and then second round I was only 1 out of 4 or 1 in 3. So yes, I have predicted basically 5 series correct, and I've predicted I've gotten 7 of them wrong. So I'm 5 for 12 or 5 and 7, however you want to put it. Regardless, it is not very, very good. The only one I got right was Dallas over Seattle, but I thought Edmonton was going to beat Vegas. I thought Toronto was going to beat Florida, and I thought that New Jersey was going to beat Carolina. So now we're sitting here on the eve of the conference finals that start on Thursday in the East, then continue on the West on Friday, and they alternate every single day for 2 weeks. What are your picks? Starting in the East, Carolina did finish with 20 more points than Florida in the regular season. Carolina basically blew out New Jersey in all the games they played, except for the last one and the one that New Jersey won. Otherwise, they were winning like 5-1 and 6-1. Florida generally played better than Toronto. Generally, it wasn't like whitewashes, but they still won 4 games to 1. So, do you take the upstart? Not even upstart. You got to remember, Florida last season was the President's Trophy winner, but then they ran up against a really strong Tampa Bay Lightning team in the second round last year. So it's not like this season was a fluke or what they're doing is a fluke. They were the President's Trophy winning team last season. Carolina is good, but how do you bet against Florida right now? They knocked off Boston. They knocked off Toronto. So I am going Florida in 7 as my Eastern Conference prediction. Florida in 7. In the West, isn't it crazy how we almost had an expansion matchup for the Western Conference Final? But because Dallas beat Seattle, it is Dallas, it is Vegas, and I don't have the same disdain for Vegas that many people do. I know people are, whether they're jealous or just simply mad that they've made it to the Western Conference Final 4 out of the first 6 years, which is pretty darn impressive. But I'm going to go with Vegas over Dallas. I think they're too deep. I give Dallas the edge in goaltending for sure. Yeah, Ottinger over Aiden Hill, but Aiden Hill is playing well, and you guys know in the playoffs you just need a goaltender to play very well. He doesn't have to be the best goaltender of all time, but if he gets on a hot streak, sometimes it's almost impossible to get a puck by him. And I do like the scoring depth that Vegas has over Dallas. I think Dallas, once you get past Hintz and Robertson, who hasn't really done much actually, sure there's Sagan and Ben as the next group, but I like Vegas's group of Eichel right at the top, and Stone and Marchessault and Smith and Carlson and Stevenson. I just think, and then you look at the blue line. You have Petrolangelo and Theodore on one side. You have Heiskanen on the other side. So I do give the edge to Vegas overall, and that's why I'm picking Vegas in 6. So I have Florida in 7, Vegas in 6. I would love to hear your predictions down below in the comment section and your thoughts on Lekkerimäki signing a 2-year deal to play with the Swedish Hockey League. Tonight, I'll be streaming at 11 p.m. and it'll be my last stream for a little while as I travel to Ontario with Gail, Jacob, and Kayla for Jake and Kayla's Bowling National Championships. But join me tonight at 11 p.m. and we'll talk more about predictions. We'll talk more about Lekkerimäki and anything else you want to talk about tonight. Okay, friends, so thanks for watching. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Thanks to all of you. And thanks to everyone watching. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. On the way out, subscribe, like the video, become a member, upgrade your membership, or leave a donation. Always appreciated. And I hope to see you tonight once again at 11 p.m. for my live stream right here on YouTube. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.